everyone. Hope you're doing great. And thank you for joining us today. And also thank you for trusting on MoEngage as your customer engagement partner. As Ravi rightly pointed out, MoEngage is uniquely positioned to help marketers for an insights-led engagement. And without taking further time and without stopping you from the key updates on the product, I would directly deep dive into the agenda that I'm going to cover for today. So first, we will talk about the key focus areas for MoEngage in 2021. And then we will share with you a few exciting updates about the product that I believe most of you are waiting for. And towards the end, we will also give you a little sneak peek on some exciting items that we are working on next. So without further ado, here we go. So as Ravi pointed out, our vision is to help the businesses personalize each and every interaction that they are making with their end users. And in an attempt to inch closer to the product vision that we have and that Ravi talked about, in 2021, we aim to work on following key themes. The first and foremost of that theme is user experience. We believe that platforms are powerful not only when they're packed with great capabilities, but also when these capabilities are easy to use for the end users. The technology should actually become invisible for the users, while the outcomes are the only things which should be highly visible, speaking loud for the platform. The design should be most intuitive and completely error-free. In the world where marketers and product managers are multitasking, tools should become highly simple yet effective. And that's our mantra for 2021. And keeping that in mind, MoEngage is putting huge focus on improving the experience for our product managers as well as marketers. The second and one of the key things that we want to talk about as an area of focus is insights-led engagement. Modern marketing, as we all know, has become a perfect blend of art and science. But as Ravi pointed out, are there enough modern tools which allow us to look at marketing in a scientific way? Do they help us to understand our users? And that's where MoEngage comes into picture. We want to help marketers and product owners to understand the science behind this marketing. We want to lead a world of insights-led engagement where marketers have a chance to understand, visualize, know patterns of their user behavior. And then they can seamlessly engage these users directly on the platform itself. In 2021, we aim to provide marketers more ways to generate insights and seamlessly engage these users based on these insights that they've gathered from the platform. The third thing that we want to talk about today is intelligence. We believe that intelligence is the future. Technological changes often have enormous consequences. They can change the destinies of companies in the way unimagined, and they can disrupt the markets. And thinking about our customers, we believe that the world that has been promised to the marketers since the advent of paid channels probably is that to reach a place of global maxima. But I don't think we are yet close to it. And probably some marketers with their own analysis or product owners with their own data crunching are trying to reach to that local maxima. And for us in 2021, we want to empower our customers with a best-in-class intelligent platform so that marketers can directly use these solutions driven by machine learning and AI, and that can reduce their efforts and improve their ROI. So I think in line to the themes of focus that we were talking about, I think I'm really happy to share with you things that we have been working on in the past few months and are unveiling for you today. So this video is in line to that. So, as talked about earlier about the user experience is a key charter for us in 2021. And with this charter, what we are trying to do is we are trying to reduce the efforts needed to navigate to the critical actions, like creating of campaigns or any of the create actions that marketers take most often. We also want to bring in the consistency in the look and feel as well as capabilities across the different channels so that the marketers who are using one channel can quickly switch to another channel with a minimal learning curve. We are also planning to make the campaign creation better. It should be faster, it should be easy to use, it should be aesthetically clean so that marketers are not having a lot of cognitive load. We also want to enhance a seamless experience between insights and engagement. And on top of that, we are also revamping and redesigning one of the most used product called Flows. Flows redesign will come with a clean channel previews as well as direct reporting on the canvas. It will make it easy to use and discover the key capabilities which you can use inside the flows. And also we will be adding the integration for the new channel design that is coming in very soon for you. So request you to stay tuned while these changes come to you very soon. And moving on from here, as promised, we are focusing also on insight-led engagement. And in line to that, happy to introduce you to user path analysis, which has gotten great love from our early users. And let me tell you what this is about. I think this situation would be relatable to most of us. What we assume about the usage of our product by users versus how they actually use are most often very, very different. Take an example for a very simple user journey on an e-commerce website. A lot of us assume that this is how the journey would look like. The user will probably open the shopping app. The user will visit the search page, search for the product, and go to the product page. And then probably add the product to the cart and then complete the purchase. And I think it completely looks simple, right? User path actually helps you validate these assumptions and also help you discover new paths that your users are taking towards critical action. Let's see how. So if you see, you can directly understand that the journeys that your users are taking. So your first assumed hypothesis was that a lot of people are actually making their journey from product view to add to cart, which is partly right in case of a lot of users. But what it also tells you, which you probably don't know or have not hypothesized, is that a lot of users are actually going from product view to a review page and then probably adding to the cart and then probably going for a successful order. So what it tells us is this, that this was an assumed user journey while the actual user journey looks like this. So if you see, user path analysis is helping product owners and marketers identify the behavioral paths that the users are actually taking so that they can reduce these frictions between the paths of interest and can also create the marketing intervention to uh, probably cover the drop-offs around these paths. And that's the whole power of user path analysis. And we are really happy that it has gotten some great love from the early users. Product managers are able to explore their user path, user's journey, user behavior better. And accordingly, they are baking those paths into their product and improving the conversion rates or the drop off, reducing the drop off rates. Moving on, we have recently also released our new and more powerful segmentation. New segmentation is easy to use and build with faster query performance, which our great backend engineers always continuously optimize for and strive for. It is also packed with a lot more insights as well as have reduced friction for a lot of common use cases that you may have. Marketers or product managers can now understand how many users in their segment are reachable on a specific channel so that they can create the informed segments so that they can already ration that how many users are going to be targeted when they are targeting a certain segment. We have also added easy user search for marketers to easily find out their users and then derive the insights about the specific user behavior. With this, marketers can easily search for any user, go to their profile, see their behavior, and also debug in case you want to kind of compare the behavior of the user versus the messages that they have received. And as promised, we are also making the path between insights to engagement very, very seamless. And now from the segmentation page itself, you can directly create the campaigns. And this is insights to engagement in probably just 2 to 3 clicks. Isn't that wonderful? The next item, I just want to give you a heads up, that is the item which we are really proud of and are really excited about. This is also something which is among the first in the industry. And without breaking the surprise, I'll probably directly go and give you a quick preview via video.
What's the perfect onboarding journey for your customers? Welcome email followed by notifications across different channels? Or push notification followed by emails after 2 days? Or in-app as soon as they sign up, followed by push after 2 hours? Or one among these several options? Are you stuck guessing? Well, that's just onboarding. Then there's retention, cart abandonment, browse abandonment, and a whole lot. Millions of customer journeys to create, billions of variables to experiment with, tons of guesswork, and several man-hours. But should it be this hard? Introducing Intelligent Path Optimizer with A/B testing in MoEngage flows, the smart and effortless way of creating rich customer experiences. With these added features and flows, you can experiment with multiple customer journeys within a single flow, instead of creating 20 different flows for 20 possible customer journeys. And the best part, you can identify the best customer journey using Sherpa, our AI-powered recommendation engine, putting a stop to your guesswork. With Intelligent Path Optimizer, you can identify channels that will work best for your customers, figure out optimal messaging frequency, find the right sequence of channel mix. This simple yet powerful optimization feature can help you identify the most engaging customer journeys and convert every customer experience into a memorable one. So stop guessing and start engaging with MoEngage.
I hope you love this. We call this Intelligent Path Optimizer. Marketers and product managers most often than not have multiple hypotheses around how the communication journey for any user cohort should be. Take an example, be it identifying the best path from install to activation, or be it about optimizing abandoned cart communication, or maybe abandoned browse, or about testing what channels are working well for your users. Marketers and product owners want to test it out and validate before directly going into it. So Intelligent Path Optimizer, powered by our ML engine Sherpa, allows marketers and product managers to test out multiple paths of customer communication that they were planning for too long. It automatically learns from the user behavior on the go and optimize for your engagement and conversion by sending users to paths leading to maximum engagement or maximum conversion. And just to give you a view, here's how this works. You can go to a simple flow and add an Intelligent Path Optimizer as a block, and you can add as many branches that you want to test. It will create those multiple paths from that point. And once you go out and publish it, you can directly, the Sherpa engine will automatically learn on the go and optimize and send your users to the paths of maximum engagement. And once you are done, this is how you will see the results. It will clearly tell you that, hey, there are multiple paths that you have tested, and one such path is the best path depending on the metric that you're maximizing for. Isn't that exciting, right? So once your users start flowing through these paths, there is nothing that you have to do. So you will have to just sit back and relax and let Intelligent Optimizer do its own work. I think that takes away a lot of work of testing and hypothesizing from the shoulders of marketers and product managers who are looking forward to do more and achieve more from the platform. Moving on, I think a lot of product managers and marketers asked us, and that was a very basic question, and I loved it because it was a first principle question that we product managers love. They asked us, does sending message actually bring in better engagement or retention or revenue? And as sure as we were and as we are, we said yes, very much. Right communication at the right moment drives all the user metrics that you're looking forward for, be it about engagement or conversion, revenue or retention. And we had data to support it. But then how do we prove this point to our customers, or rather show them so that they can see it to believe it? And that's where we realized that what if instead of campaign level control groups, marketers and product owners can actually validate this on the platform level? That is, how if they can see that what is the retention, revenue and engagement, and how is it differing for the users who received a message from MoEngage platform versus who didn't. And in line to that, happy to introduce you to global control groups with which you can get answers to all these questions. You can understand whether the average revenue per user is higher when you send them any message versus not. You can also understand whether your messages that you're sending to your end users are actually resulting in more activation or more engagement. You can also understand whether are they spending more, are they consuming more content, is the engagement deeper when you are sending them a certain message which is personalized for their choice, right? And this is very simple to do. You can set out holdout groups at platform level from a random allocation. MoEngage, when once you do a random allocation, MoEngage will randomly allocate X% of your users as you choose for your control group, and will use them as a global control group, and will try to exclude them from every campaign that you are sending. You can also bring in a list of users whom you want to set out as a control and upload them on MoEngage. And there also you can create a custom control group by your own business intelligence platform information. And with this, you can directly go on the platform, go to analytics, and also understand that how is the stickiness quotient for your users who were in the control group versus in the target group. The hypothesis always is that the users whom you are sending relevant messages are going to engage more in comparison to the users who are not receiving any message. And this is not all. You can also go about and understand the retention cohorts for both these groups. The target group, how the target group is retained over a period of 4 to 6 weeks versus how the users who did not receive any message are being retained on a platform. And then you can also go out and understand how the users are converting across the key funnel that you have, across the checkout flow that you have. You would, the hypothesis again, you will always find out that the users whom you are communicating right, they are having higher chances and probably higher conversion rates across the key funnels that you would have. And last but not the least, something which we all care about is the top line. You can always go about and understand, is the average revenue per user more for the users who are being communicated to versus the users to whom we are not even sending any message. So that global control group in totality and from a holistic perspective give you a visibility on the ROI of the CRM tool that you're using. And in this case about MoEngage, that how MoEngage is driving the key insights or the key metrics for your business. Is it helping you retain more? Is it helping you engage more? Is it helping you driving your revenue more? And that's not all. You can also go about and understand the effectiveness of even individual campaigns, because a lot of times what we have seen is that if one campaign control group exists, even then the user is receiving some message. So comparing with the global control group, you're assuming or ensuring that the users who are in the target group of the flow versus the global control group is the one which has not received any message. So you are in the end able to effectively identify the performance of a specific campaign and flow and benchmark it directly to your performance of the campaign. I hope this was exciting and I hope this was useful. I think this is really useful for marketers and product owners who want to understand the ROI of their campaigns or ROI of the platform. Moving on from here, we want to help marketers to also optimize the ROI and provide the seamless experience across the own channels as well as paid channels. And in line to that, happy to introduce another feature that we have recently launched called Facebook Audience. Facebook Audience as a channel will help marketers to retarget the users who have abandoned the cart or probably abandoned the browse or have uninstalled the app. And all this can be done in the real time. The use cases are plenty. You can retarget high intent users from your abandoned cart or abandoned browse, or even the ones who have uninstalled the app because they probably might still be using the Facebook. Marketers can also combine Facebook audience channel with the flows of MoEngage and use this as a fallback channel to the own channels like email, push, and SMS so that they can reach out only to the users who have not targeted by own channels on Facebook. And what in turn this will do is it will reduce your ad cost as well as optimize the ROI. A simple example is that think like an abandoned cart. For the users who have abandoned the cart, you first try to send them a push, and if the users are not, some users would probably not convert with push, to them you send out an email, and even if they are not converting with email, probably then you send out an SMS to them, and if they are not converting with SMS, then probably you reach out on Facebook rather than targeting all the abandoned users on Facebook. What in turn it will does is it will reduce the marketing cost of the impressions that is showing to 100 users, or probably say now in this case lesser users, right? So this is highly useful for optimizing your ROI. And on top of that, what you can also do is you can stop targeting these users by deleting them from the Facebook audience as soon as they fulfill your conversion goal. What in turn this does is it improves the experience of your users because they are not seeing the same ad even after making the purchase. So it improves that experience, number one. And the second thing is it is also saving you marketing dollars because now that impression is of no value. So you should not even show that to that user altogether. So Facebook audience is going to help you optimize your ROI as well as save a lot on the marketing dollars, while alongside you can provide a seamless experience on the own channels as well as the paid channels. You can do this by simply going to MoEngage and create a Facebook audience channel. You need to directly go out and select the trigger criteria and then simply select the audience that you would want to add your users to, and voila, that's done. Moving on from here, we have also made flows more awesome for you. We have added support for new inbound channels like on-site message for websites, as well as in-app messages for apps inside the flows itself, so that you can create a seamless communication journey across all channels. Your flows users can now see a message triggered by you on website as well as inside the app, thereby creating a connected experience across all channels of communication. Moving on, this is how probably your experience would look like when you see that when the user receives a push and then it's a connected experience to an in-app itself. When we talk about inside-side engagement, and in the same breath, we talk about analyze, segment, and engage. At MoEngage, we don't see that as a straight line process. We see that as a virtuous cycle. The virtuous cycle where it starts from analysis and also feedbacks into analysis. So you analyze your users, you segment them, you engage them, and basis the engagement, you analyze the engagement again, and then that feeds onto this virtuous cycle of yours. And in line to that, we have introduced our new report builder. And this is something that a lot of marketers were waiting for, or a lot of product owners wanted to get their hands on. What campaign reports builder allows you to do is it allows you to schedule the recurring reports for the campaigns on whatever frequency that you want. It can be a daily frequency, it can be a weekly, Monday, Tuesday, or it can also be a monthly frequency, so that you can get the whole report of a month or a week on a scheduled day, and then you can feed it forward to your own visualization tools, or directly analyze it for your measuring your campaigns. On top of it, you can actually customize all these reports. You can choose the data that you want in the export. You can create customized reports and set them for a recurring schedule. In the customized report, you can directly go out, choose the fields or the matrix that you want to export, so that in every export you are getting only those fields. On top of that, you can also create a custom matrix on the basis of the existing matrix. Take an example, you can have a column like delivery rate, which is a ratio of two matrix, number of impressions and number of messages sent. So this is a lot of power that we have added, and what in turn it will do is it will save you time that you would be spending probably in cleaning up the unnecessary columns in the data, as well as it will also give you a liberty to add whatever metadata that you want to analyze from the campaign. And this was our list of features and products that we have rolled out in the past few months. You can experience all these features on our demo account, which you can switch to from your existing accounts. Or you can also reach out to Customer Success Manager or write to support@moengage.com to know more.